What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, 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 everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes through setbacks.
All right. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, and your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. So I hope everybody's well since the last time we hung out. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Just really enjoying the fall season. This is one of my favorite times of year. It's up there with summer for me. I can't quite tell which one I like better yet. They have two very different feelings for me. But I just had my first, not my first, but an early Friendsgiving this weekend, and that was really fun. It's just so important to spend time with your friends. As we get older and we get busier, it's harder to make time for friends, even family. So it's really important to set aside some time to spend with them. Anyway, so what I want to talk to you guys today about is the idea that we tell ourselves a lot of stories, man. There are so many stories in our head that we believe that are just full of it. It gets really, really loud up there in that brain of ours. And it's like there's just this constant chatter, right? And that chatter is full of doubts. And it's replaying old memories that go over and over in your head like a broken record. And I know you know that voice that I'm talking about. It's that voice that tells you you're not ready. It's that voice that tells you that you're not enough, right? That you're never going to make it. And we've all got that voice. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I'm there still sometimes. But here's the truth. Most of the time, that voice is just lying to you. It's not based in a reality. Instead, what it is, it's a story that you keep telling yourself. And you've been telling yourself this story for so long that it feels true. But feelings are not facts. Okay? Our mind is made for storytelling. That's what it does. Okay? The mind takes a single moment, maybe a failure, a rejection, a mistake, and it builds a whole novel around it. It tells a whole story around it. Okay? You lose one opportunity and suddenly the story becomes, I'm not good enough. You go through one bad relationship and the story becomes, I'll never find love. Somebody criticizes you one time, just once. And now it's, nobody respects me. I know, I've been there. And sometimes this still happens. And before you know it, you're not living your life. You're living a script that you didn't even mean to write. And I know, again, because I've done it. And sometimes I still do it, and I got to catch myself, right? I've believed these stories in my head, right? These stories about who I thought I was, what I thought I couldn't do, and why I thought I didn't deserve better. But these stories are based on fear, not truth. See, fear will always tell you a story that ends with you losing. But here's the thing. At some point, you got to start challenging that voice in your head. You got to stop taking every thought that crosses your mind as the gospel. Because not every thought deserves your belief. Some of them, they're just echoes of pain that they're left over from old wounds that you never healed. And if you're not careful, they'll keep you stuck right where you are. You ever wonder why it's so hard to move forward sometimes? Think about it. Why can't you get over something? Why can't you put that next step forward? Well, it's because your brain keeps replaying a story that tells you that you can't. But if you change that story, then you can change your life. You got to start catching yourself in the act, though, Okay? It's not going to happen on its own. Like I said before, I still fall into the trap once in a while, but I catch myself. When that thought comes in saying you're not good enough, you got to stop and ask yourself, according to who? According to who? When that little voice says, oh, you're always messing shit up, you say to yourself, that's not true. You say to yourself that I've learned, I've grown. Understand what you've been through, what you've accomplished. You have to rewrite the narrative one response at a time. Every time something comes up, rewrite the story. Okay? It's like you're editing the mental stories in your life. Okay? You take out the lies and you replace them with the truth. And yeah, it's going to take practice. It's not going to happen overnight. But you got to start. Because those old stories, they're rooted deep inside your mind. Okay? And over the years, you've watered those things with fear, by comparison, by self-doubt. But like any garden, if you stop feeding the weeds, they will die. Okay? So if you stop repeating the lies, they will lose power over you. I've met people who've accomplished incredible things, but you'd never know it. And you know why? Because in their minds, they're still not good enough. They don't think they're good enough, no matter how much they've accomplished. And I've met people who have been through hell and back, but they carry themselves like light, like a beaming light, because they refuse to let their pain, their trauma define them. And you know what the difference is? It's the story that they tell themselves. So ask yourself something right now. Ask yourself, what's the story that you've been living under? Is it one that builds you up, or is it one that keeps you small? Because you can't have both. You can't move forward if you keep dragging these old narratives around with you. And look, I'm not saying it's easy to let go of these stories. I know it's not. Some of them have been with you since childhood. They're deeply ingrained. Okay? And they came from people you trusted, maybe a parent or a teacher, an ex. Someone who spoke from their own pain and made you believe that it was your truth. But at some point, their voice became your voice. But now it's time to take back your voice. And you have the power to rewrite that story starting today. Starting right now, as soon as you end this podcast. So stop seeing yourself as the victim here, okay? And start seeing yourself as the hero. Be the hero in your story. Remember, the hero doesn't have it easy. The hero struggles. The hero has doubts. The hero falls down. But what does the hero always do? They always get back up. And that's you. That's who you've always been underneath all the noise going on in your head. So the next time that voice in your head starts running its mouth, bada, 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 do me a favor. Don't even argue with it. Don't feed it. Don't feed into it. Just observe it. And say to yourself, that's just a story. And today I'm going to choose a new story. Because you get to decide what kind of story you want to live. You can live the one where you're always behind, always broken, always waiting for permission. Or you can live the story where you realize that you have the pen in your hand and you can write the story now. You are not, my friend, you are not what happened to you. You are not your mistakes. You're not the worst thing you ever did or the worst thing ever done to you. You're what you decide to believe you are today. So stop believing every story in your head, especially the ones that make you feel like you're nothing, like you're small, like you're not worth it. And start writing the new ones that remind you of your strength, of your resilience, of your worth, how you've persevered. You are here right now because you have persevered through so much. Because let me tell you something, once you change the story, the whole world starts to look different. And you start to realize that maybe you are not broken. Matter of fact, you were never broken. You just needed to stop believing the lies and start believing in you. Well, that's all I got for you, folks. If you enjoyed today's podcast, I'd appreciate if you left a review so you can help Coach Vino feed the hungry algorithm. If you or someone you know might want to work with Coach Vino, you can visit my website, coachvinollc.com. You can also follow the podcast on social media where I share my thoughts in bite sizes. And it gives me an opportunity to interact with you guys, which is always fun. I'm everywhere at Coach Vino Podcast. And remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you. Cheers.
I find it hard to reveal these thoughts and express what I'm feeling in a hip-hop form. But I was born to succeed, so as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams. Yo, this might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning. Word.